The drum set is the new Mapex IV Saturn Series. It just came out. It's brand new. It's a gorgeous finish, as you can see. And I'm using larger sizes than normal. I'm going 12, 13, 16, 18 due to the music I'm playing from 1989. I had a bigger kit at that time. And I'm getting a little bit beefier sound. So this is the new model kit, great specs. You can check out the front of the toms. They have a little bit of a free floating vibe here, so the drums don't really rest on the holder. It has room to breathe. You get more tone. Some great things. I don't need to get deep into it. You can check it out online, but it's the new series and it's really gorgeous and the drums sound really, really, really amazing. Very light, very smooth, but still have really heavy overtones on it. Getting to the drum heads, I'm back to clear emperors on top, thin ambassadors on the bottom, easier sound to control, and it blends in more with electronic, acoustics, drum solos. It all kind of blends all the way across the board with these heads. So I'm back to using clear emperors on top. I normally go with the coated ambassador for smoother rooms, but when I'm really smacking it, I go for the Emperor X, coated Emperor X. It has the black dot on the bottom, and I can really use that for multiple nights without having to change the head. It's a beautiful thing. Cymbal-wise, these are my hi-hats. Will Calhoun designed Mad Hats. All my cymbals are Sabian cymbals. And these are 14 inches on top, and then the bottom cymbal is a little bit larger than 14 because I was trying to create a more of a thwopping sound than a clean chick sound. So it's more percussive if I have this sound. It's almost like a quat, quat instead of a chick, chick. Distortion guitar, long sounds, samples. Vernon playing a lot of MIDI synth things on his guitar take up more space in the music. So when you have a tighter sound, it gets lost in the music. With the more thwopping sound, I can still hear time and hear the other larger sounds being put into the music without it being lost, and also for these guys to still hear the time. So I love this kind of heavy, it's got a heavy bottom and a medium heavy top, and it has a little bit of extra space here, 1/8 of an inch or so, to create a little bit more of a post-chip sound. It's a little bit darker, almost like putting an effect on your hi-hat. This is from the Evolution series. It's Ozone, very popular now. I guess all the cymbal companies are kind of starting to make these cymbals, but it looks cool, it sounds cool. It's got the Chinese sound, of course, and it has the holes in it, and it's a very popular one. This is an 18-inch Ozone Crash. This is some custom pieces I started to work with Sabian on. They're not really out yet, but what I was trying to do with the 18 or 19-inch crashes, I was trying to taper the bell sharp, and then in the bottom I want a little bit of a swoop. I can still get this nice bell sound, still get a little bit low end, but where it bends here, if you put your finger on there, it has a little bit of a curve there, you get a little bit more body. So you have this bell, pretty loud, but you have this sound that goes out. So this is a Volt piece. You can order it if you want, let them know what it is that you want, that you like about it, but it's one of my designs I was kind of working with them on, and right now it's called the Volt Crash, but it's a 19, and I'm trying to cop that almost 80s washy rock sound, along with a little bit of the 60s jazz washy stick sound from some of those recordings, with the kind of the avant-garde jazz. The jazz was kind of almost crossing into the rock vibe, that kind of vibe. You check out some of those things with Jack DeJohnette and Tony Williams, and these guys playing with these kind of really washy cymbals, Cobham in the early 60s. This is the vibe, rock version of it. This is my ride cymbal. It's called the Ambient Ride. It's 21 inches. I have dark ones and light ones. This one's pretty dark. Nice bell on here, and I know even though it's rock and roll and this is more of a jazz-ish sounding cymbal, I like the wash of it and the sticking sound of it. The reason why I like the wash is I can lay on that cymbal and still get the rock and roll tornado happening amongst the bass and the guitar without a really dry cymbal that you stick, and then the cymbal starts to feel like it's kind of like choking the rhythm a little bit. This thing swirls around. So depending on how you play it, you get that vibe. This is a typical AA crash ride, 19-inch crash ride, and I use it more as a crash, but it has the ability to As I go around my drum set, I normally like brighter cymbals to be on the end because the drums become larger and the sounds become bigger. So if when I come off the floor tom, I want to go to a brighter sound rather than coming off the floor tom and going to a darker sound. It kind of, the drums, you go around a kit and you get a bigger, darker sound and you hit something really bright at the end. For me, it's like a period on a sentence. I like to have a little bit of a brighter thing. If I'm playing different styles of music, maybe I'll move it around if I'm playing, piano, jazz, trio, or something along that line. But for rock and pop, hip hop, and those kind of things, I always like to end the statement, end the sonic sentence with a bright cymbal to just brighten everything up when you smack it. Hello, my name is Will Calhoun. I'm presently on tour with Live in Color on our 25th anniversary tour. It's a pleasure to be back over here in the UK. And I have a setup here I'm going to give you a brief description of. Let's start with my sound source, which is I guess I could say it's a Soundcraft, but it's a mixing board. What I'm doing with this situation is I haven't used monitors in years because the monitors are quite annoying for me. The big, huge speakers on the drum riser, they rattle and they shake. You have different kind of speakers. One night Pioneer, next night Genelec, so your sound varies from the kick drum and your samples. So I decided to just get rid of all those things, have a console, run independent inputs into it, and I can control all the sounds myself. This way they're defined, they're dialed in, and everything is fine. So for the main source to start out with, I have a 16-channel board here so I can do my kick, bass, guitar, samples, vocals, whatever I need, and control the sounds myself from the drum kit, so I don't have any issues with wanting to hear. No speakers back here, no sub back here, just away with those things. Having the sound directly into my ears and me controlling it is fantastic.